Florence is a city where art is considered some of the best in the world and history has arguably some of the deepest, most complex roots. But it is nearly impossible to look into the living, breathing history of Florence without coming across the powerful merchant family known as the Medici. While many of us know the Medici as the powerhouse that ruled during the 13th and 14th centuries, their lineage starts further back in the 12th century in a small Tuscan town of Cafaggiolo. Salvaresto de' Medici brought his family from Cafaggiolo to Florence, where through commerce they rose to power. However, by 1382, Salvaresto's oppressive policies got him banned from Florence. Lucky for the Medici family, this was only the beginning of centuries' worth of power and influence. After his banishment, Salvaresto's cousin Giovanni de' Bici de' Medici regained control by opening the Medici Bank in 1397. While Giovanni may have opened the bank, his son Cosimo grew it into the wealth and fortune we often hear about today. Cosimo, now known as Cosimo the Elder, grew the bank into the most powerful European bank of the 15th century and opened locations throughout Italy and the rest of Europe. He gained significant patrons such as the Vatican, and with the influx of wealth, he was able to become a large art patron. He opened up the Uffizi offices, now known as the Uffizi Gallery, and had a small museum inside with works he commissioned from people like Donatello, Ghiberti, and Fra Angelico. Cosimo the Elder's grandson, Lorenzo the Magnificent, was also a great patron of artists such as Sandro Botticelli, Leonardo da Vinci, and Michelangelo. And between the two, they stimulated the arts and cultural revival that helped fuel the Florentine Renaissance. Lorenzo the Magnificent was liked by the Florentine people and considered to be an effective leader. However, during Lorenzo's rule on April 26, 1478, the Pazzi conspiracy took place. This was an attempt by the Pazzi family members to take down the dynasty, but they were unsuccessful. Lorenzo later died at age 43, leaving his son Piero to take over. Unlike his father, Piero was not as accepted by the people of Florence, and in 1494, only 2 years into his reign, he was banished. It was not until 1512 when the Medici made a great return to Florence thanks to Piero's brother Giovanni de' Medici. At the time, Giovanni was a cardinal, and he later then rose to the title of Pope Leo X. Like his father and grandfather, he brought the Medici dynasty back to a high point because of his humanistic approach and his dedication to the arts. While Piero was unsuccessful as a leader, his granddaughter Catherine successfully married King Henry II of France, officially tying the family to the royal bloodline. By the early 1520s, there were very few direct descendants of Cosimo the Elder left, so members of the family under his brother Lorenzo's bloodline launched a new branch of the Medici dynasty. In 1537, Lorenzo's great-great-grandson Cosimo I became the Duke of Florence. Descendants of this portion of the family tree continued to rule as Grand Dukes until the 1700s when the final decline of the family took place. In 1621, Cosimo's grandson, Cosimo II, died, and from there the Medici rule was considered to be ineffectual. In 1737 marks the death of the last Grand Duke, Gian Gaston de' Medici, who did not have a male heir. With all the Medici heirs gone, the rule of Tuscany was passed to Francis Lorraine, the husband of Maria Theresa of Austria and mother of Marie Antoinette, beginning the reign of the Habsburg-Lorraine family. In 1743, Anna Maria Luisa de' Medici passed away with no children, leaving the Medici art collection to the Tuscan state.